My name is Format. Ooh.
We finally got to see Farmer's Bride.
Yeah,
If you have seen this movie, what did you think about it?
but let me go first.
Yeah,
I think it was okay.
yeah,
It was just okay.
yeah. I think it was okay, but beyond the drama, this movie it actually served as a lesson.
So today we'll be breaking down the five saddest relationship mistakes in this movie that broke our hearts or made us sigh.
Yeah, but before we dive into that, if you just in case you've not seen the movie and you're curious, so Farmer's Bride follows this young lady. For me, was married up to this older guy, this visibly older farmer, and you can tell from the look on her face and during her wedding that she doesn't want to. She even expressed to her mother that I don't want this marriage. But mother, blinded by greed because this is a rich farmer, she said, "No, you're going to get married to this man."
And so for me did. So without giving any spoilers, this set of a chain of events filled with betrayals, secrets and tragedy.
The first lesson has to be marrying for everyone else's sake. This is actually a very obvious lesson. It's the number one thing that led this movie. First of all, we see our Fumi girl, main character here. She had to get married, not for herself, but for her family's sake.
Yeah, even though she wanted to go to school and just live a nice, zesty life outside the village.
Yeah,
But nope, that's not it. She had to get married because of land. And that's never ever a good idea. Great into a relationship for other people's
yeah.
sake. But oh, stay yes, get
Or
married.
say yes, get married to him.
Yep.
So it was sad. Although it might be a sketchy situation because they're in the village and most of the time we see people just marrying people off and there's matchmaking thing happening. But at the same time, it's still really just spirals to everyday life where you don't really have to get married for everyone else's sake because you have to be the one in a relationship at the end of the
Yeah,
day. So make sure when you're saying yes, say yes to the
for
fullest.
you.
Like for me, could have basically tried to run away because this her resentment, like her resentment was so glaring that sometimes I would thought her just plain rude. Because the characters in this movie are very interesting. Like Odun is this man that's painted as a good person, but is he really
Yeah.
good? But we'll get to that point later on. However, she could have easily even said, not easily, it's not easy. Not
Yeah,
like I'm
because
talking,
I think
but
she was made to even get married to him, but at the same time, it's just a
I wish
lesson
she
here
ran
of
away. Yeah,
getting married to people because of
for
other
other people.
people, not because you are in love or something like that. Lesson number two here is thinking an affair is
And
a mistake. Fumi thought that getting into an affair with Femi, his nephew, was going to help her escape the sad realities of her life,
yeah,
going to bed with this old man every day. But it didn't really help her, did it? Because this relationship ended.
you have to see the movie to find out. But yeah, and an affair is never a good idea for movies. Watching movies is an affair ever a good idea. Sometimes when people fall in love, like life is just very
Life is
complicated,
interesting.
but it's very interesting.
When it comes to cheating, I think life is really interesting in that way.
But it's never a
Sometimes
good
it just happens.
idea. It's never a good idea.
Love happens.
So how is that not a lesson for you?
Love happens.
Love can happen, but
But it's not a good
you don't
idea.
have to cheat.
Yeah, you don't have to cheat. You
You
have to
can say,
just
okay, I
come
want to
straight.
call off this marriage.
It's
And
not
don't forget that the man also said, let us run away together. And she's like, run away to where? I want her to do. I want to have to start suffering and scratching everything. So running away was an alternative. Or
yeah,
saying, I'm not getting married to you again. It's gonna be hard, but it's better because this actually was not like a spiral of all the bad things that will happen in this movie.
yeah. When you're lying to
Yeah,
people
you
and
just keep
trying
on
to this
piling on
use
another line to another line. The third lesson here, a lie will cover another lie. So a betrayal will breed more betrayal, basically.
yeah, from Fumi betraying her husband to Femi betraying her eventually,
Yeah,
and it goes on and on and on.
you even shorten it more. So Fumi, first of all, betrayed herself by getting married to this man. Then she betrayed the man by getting with his
Nephew.
nephew. And now things are getting out of hand because now she has a baby with this man. Spoiler alert though, sorry, although you're not going to be giving spoiler, but now she's gotten pregnant and she's fallen in love with this person that she having an affair with. Now, in turn, things spirit of control. They had to eliminate the person that's standing between them and their love. Now this man that she thinks she's in love with, this person that she had an affair with, he betrayed her in return. So,
And she betrayed him too.
and she betrayed, like, it's just a vicious circle.
Yeah. Just say the truth. If you're not doing it again, just say it. And you
Yeah,
don't have to try to use one to cover the other. And then the next lesson is believing that money solves all problem.
yeah.
This lesson, money brings ease. It gives you
It gives you ease.
accessibility to a
Yeah,
lot of things.
but it's not. It doesn't solve the problem. Like Odu now, like I was saying earlier, he's this great character. Everybody loves him in the society except his wife, who he forced into a marriage with her. So he thought, okay, I'm a great guy. People love me. I gave her this nice house, this nice clothing. She will not lack for anything. And the woman saying, I don't like you. You're too old. He even tried to even dye his hair. When the guy uses money to, he just uses money for everything. He used money to get her because he got her family a land. He
Yeah.
uses it's like, oh, my house will blind her eyes, but she's saying, no, I can still see the gray hairs, Monsieur. I want out.
And same thing happened to her and Femi as well
Yeah,
when they even had the money, they had a life, they're already starting
everything.
life,
Yeah,
but it not really make them, it don't even help with their conscience. Like Femi now, you don't have a clear conscience,
yeah,
even after having all this money and this land and he's in charge now, but that did not really solve the case or help him sleep well
yeah.
at night, or did not even keep him with Fumi.
A bonus lesson for me that just popped into my head right now. I saw it in tweet once that culture is just peer pressure from dead people. In this movie, it makes you question how far is can culture go? Like how far culture and tradition? Because most of the time, Fumi was actually tied down by cultural practices. First of all, she had to follow what her parents have to say because it's a culture. What can I do? Then also now she feels the need to protect herself against this culture. So yeah, as much as this movie it has a lot of lessons, do you will you say that you dislike Fumi? Like you think she's the worst character?
Yeah, I think yes, I think Fumi is the worst character because she did not love Femi. She did not love Odun. She loved herself. She saw him like a distraction. She never really loved him, and that's why the film ended the way it ended. She did not love him. She only cared about herself. I think she's the worst person. She did not think it through. She did not need Femi to do
Yeah,
what she did to Odun. She could have killed him without Femi.
yeah,
Stolen the portion from his mother's house, poisoned her husband, who would have died. She should have gone back to her parents' house. That was an
yeah.
option.
There was also greed in it. Yeah,
Because
that's
now
true.
that she was pregnant, the family, or when she told the family that, oh, I'm pregnant, so they said, okay, you have to, we cannot let our child grow up in another place. Let our child grow up here. Femi, will you marry her or will you keep her? And Femi like, yes, because obviously that's what they planned. But if the elders are asking that question, like, okay, you're a new wife, you don't have a child, because that was first, that's in fact that's what they even opened the whole thing with. You're a new wife, you don't have a
Yeah,
child with us. You want to go back to your father's house. And she was like,
yeah.
oh,
She already planned that
yeah.
perfectly.
So she is the worst person in this show.
For me, it's not the worst person in the show because I understood from it to an extent because culture and she was forced into this relationship. Even though sometimes you might like, okay, you have options, yeah, but looking at the society at the same time, sometimes you just feel limited, and especially sometimes too when you feel desperate, you might say, ah, later on after doing the drastic action, you might not say, oh, I would have done this way, or maybe I've reacted, I have not killed this guy, but it already happened, and she used Femi as a distraction. Basically, I agree with you that she didn't love him, but I don't think she's the worst character in this movie. My worst character has to be Femi.
I know, like, Femi is second on my
Yeah,
list.
he's the worst character to me in this movie because he knew what he was doing. He knew the repercussion of sleeping with your uncle's young wife.
He knew that, but
Then
he thought, okay, maybe after a while to fizzle out because he did not love her
because
too.
he's an idiot. Oh, you killed him. No, but you had a hand in it. This person, you said, this person has been so good to you. So I don't just like I did not like him at all. He was just like, I'm coming along for the ride. Whatever you do, whatever you say, I'm going to just succumb to it. So he was my least favorite character in the movie.
Well, that brings us to our fifth and final lesson: ignoring the red flags.
Yeah.
Obviously, these traits of Femi have always been there, even when they were in this relationship
Mm,
before Odun died. Fumi walked in, or she heard them. She was going to his workshop and she overheard Femi and his ex girlfriend, or his girlfriend at the time. She was his girlfriend before they broke it up
yeah.
because she was the reason why they broke off their relationship. And she still went ahead to say, "Oh, I love you," and he was like, "Oh, this one said she likes me, so let me just break up with this girl." And she's one going to the city for a modeling job. So she ignored every single red
Yeah,
flag.
she
Even
did.
Odun ignored the red
Oh
flags.
yeah, he did.
That okay, this girl does not like me. It's a red flag. I'm not saying I not that I don't like it or I don't care about the relationship anyway. But his relationship with Femi's mother, it's a red flag. And she did not ignore the red flag because after his death, the mother, she kept on trying, if not for the mother even imputing herself because she liked the
Yeah.
father, the or because she liked Odun so much. Maybe all those things would have not happened. Maybe the film would have not ended the way it ended.
So I agree with you with the ignoring red flags because most of the time we have said it too in our last video. We said that some things communication really solves a lot of things. Communication solves a lot. Like you will solve it solves a lot. So we try to complicate this by ourselves by ignoring the red flags. Okay, how much of this can I take? So yeah, I agree with it.
Yeah, so those are our 5 lessons or 5 saddest mistakes or lessons what we
Yeah.
learned from Farmer's Bride. But if you learned more lessons that we did not mention here, you should put it down in the comments below.
Yes, tell us which lessons stuck with you, made you sigh deeply while living while living in the theater, while when you watch this movie on Netflix. Let us know in the comments.
ASAP.
Yeah. However, will you be recommending this movie to people?
Yeah, if
Rate
you want a Nigerian
on a scale
film to
of one to
watch
five.
that is epic, I'll give it a 3 stars, 3.5 stars because I really hated Fumi's wig in the beginning. I thought it was unnecessary that she was wearing an afro wig that big and she had natural hair that she could have just combed and brushed out, but she was wearing a wig. She could have styled her hair.
I'll give the movie 3 out of 5. I think that the story it was very story driven. I liked it. So let us know in
How many?
comments. 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Until next time, to take care of yourself. I am Boki.
And I am the one and the only baby girl. Any Fume. Hi.